Alex and Mia have been married for 7 years. On a Saturday morning, soft sunlight came through the windows of their apartment in Boulder, a pretty small town in Colorado, USA, near the Rocky Mountains, known for its fresh air and beautiful nature. "Where are you going, Mia?" "It's your day off," Alex asked, curious but trying to stay calm. Mia hesitated for a moment before answering. "Oh, I forgot to tell you. I'm going on a trip with some co-workers." Alex frowned, surprised. "A trip? You never told me about this. Why are you suddenly getting ready without saying anything?" Mia avoided looking at him, her hands trembling a little as she packed the last things into her suitcase. "I'm sorry, honey. This trip was decided on so quickly. My friends at the company organized it, and I forgot to tell you." Her voice was confused, but she tried to sound casual. "What group of coworkers? Why didn't you mention them before?" he asked, trying to keep his voice calm, but feeling suspicious inside. Mia hesitated for a moment at Alex's question. "Just a new group of friends from a recent project. It's nothing. Don't worry too much." She turned away to continue preparing, not looking directly at Alex. But Alex couldn't let things be like that, Mia. Alex said, his voice low, full of concern. "I feel like something's not right. What are you hiding from me? Are you really with your coworkers?" Mia was silent for a moment, but she still didn't turn to look at Alex. "Alex, I don't want us to be stressed about this. I just need some time alone," Mia said, making Alex even more suspicious. He could feel the distance between them growing. "Alone time? We've always shared everything. Why are you telling me this now?" "Mia, I need the truth." Mia sighed, still not looking at Alex. "I'm ready. I'm leaving now. I'll explain more when I get back," she said in a tired and somewhat evasive voice. Alex stood still, a feeling of helplessness engulfing him as he watched Mia shoulder the suitcase and leave. What she said was like a vague promise, bringing no reassurance to Alex. "Mia," Alex called after her, his voice heavy with emotions he could no longer contain. "If you walk through this door, we're over, and from there each person will follow the path they choose." Mia paused, her feet still in the doorway, her hands clutching the suitcase. Alex's words were like a knife cutting through the suffocating atmosphere. She didn't turn around, but she clearly felt the weight in every word he said. A big decision was weighing on her shoulders, but she couldn't stop. The two of them stood on the fragile boundary between love and brokenness, a boundary that once crossed. There was no turning back. Mia finally turned her head, her eyes red, but there was no longer the light of hesitation in them. "Alex, I don't want to hurt you, but I need this. I try to keep everything together, but maybe we're too far apart. I'm sorry." With that, Mia continued walking, her hand pushing the door open and stepping over the threshold, leaving Alex standing silently in the empty room. The door closed behind her, the sound echoing as an end to their relationship. Alex stood there, his eyes stinging but no tears falling. Mia had chosen to walk away, and he had to accept the fact that this relationship was over. "It's over," Alex whispered to himself, feeling pain and emptiness. The house in Boulder was completely silent. He decided to start renting it out because the memories inside were too painful for him to stay there. Leaving the house was Alex's first step toward finding peace. Alex also started the divorce process. Collecting the papers, filing them, and going through the legal steps wasn't easy, but he knew it had to be done. Things had gone too far between him and Mia, and they had to face that their marriage couldn't be saved. After the divorce papers were filed, Alex sat in the empty room, then stood outside, looking at the house one last time. This house had been a place of happiness, laughter, and memories that he and Mia had built together. But now, all of it was in the past. The house was still there, but the love and trust were long gone. He walked in one last time, leaving a piece of divorce paper on the kitchen table. "Save it for Mia when she gets back," he told the new tenant, trying to keep his voice calm. The tenant nodded, understanding Alex's situation, and promised to give the paper to Mia when she returned. The divorce papers on the table were the inevitable end. It was the final sign that their relationship was over. She would know that there was no more chance. It was all over. Alex walked out, closed the door for the last time, and stood still for a moment, quietly looking at the house. "Goodbye," he whispered, as if saying farewell to everything he and Mia once had. Then he turned and walked away, not looking back. 3 days later, Mia came back home with mixed feelings. Her trip had been emotional, but the thought of Alex made her anxious. She knew she needed to explain things to him, but wasn't sure how to fix it. Mia hoped that maybe if they talked, Alex would understand and they could save their marriage. As she got closer to the door, she saw a man fixing something, holding a hammer and some tools. There were also new decorations ready to be hung. Mia stopped, surprised. "What are you doing here?" she asked, her voice filled with shock and worry. The man turned around, smiling calmly. "I'm a new tenant. I've been renting this place for a few days now." His words left Mia speechless. Everything around her seemed to freeze as the reality of what he said slowly sank in. She felt dizzy as it all made sense. The new tenant, Mia, whispered as if she couldn't accept the truth that was slowly dawning on her. Her voice trembled as she asked, "So this landlord, where did he go?" The man replied, "I don't know. He left a few days ago." "Are you his wife?" Mia nodded, her heart tightening. She felt a wave of panic begin to rise. "Did he say anything?" she asked, her voice fading with worrying. The stranger entered the house and pulled a piece of paper from the corner of the kitchen table. "He left a note, telling me to give it to you." Mia waited nervously, her hands shaking as the man handed her the paper. When she held it in her hands, she realized it was divorce papers. The clear lines on the paper made me feel like her world was falling apart. She whispered, tears streaming down her cheeks. She stood still, not knowing what to do, just staring at the words that sounded like a cold finale from Alex. Mia quickly pulled out her phone, her hands shaking as she dialed Alex's number. The ringing sound echoed in the silence, prolonging the painful wait. Each passing second made Mia more nervous straight. Then, finally, Alex picked up. His voice was calm, but sounded a little tired. "Mia." Mia almost started crying when she heard Alex's voice. "Why did you do this to me, Alex?" she said, her voice full of emotion. "Why didn't you tell me anything? Why did you leave without giving me a chance to explain?" Tears filled her eyes and ran down her face. All the feelings she had been holding and finally came out. "I know I was wrong, but I didn't think it would end like this. I came back to talk, to make things right. Why didn't you give me a chance? Why did you leave without saying goodbye?" Alex sighed, his voice becoming quiet and heavy. "Mia, it's too late. There's nothing more to say. I told you if you walk through the door, we're over. And you did, so we should end it." Mia bit her lip, tears falling continuously. She felt her heart break when she heard Alex's decisive words. He was no longer angry, but his voice was colder than ever. Alex continued, his voice quiet but unwavering. "I'm leaving. Please sign the divorce papers and send them to my parents. You've chosen your own path. You need time alone. So now you go. Follow the path you've chosen and don't look back." Mia almost collapsed when she heard the last sentence. She sobbed into the phone, trying to find a glimmer of hope to hold on to. But what Alex said crushed any hope Mia had left. "I'm sorry. I'm really sorry, Alex. Please don't go," she cried. Alex sighed again, his voice soft but firm. "Goodbye, Mia. Take care of yourself. We both need to move on." Then he hung up. It was all over. Tears streamed down Mia's face, leaving her feeling empty. Everything love, trust, and their marriage ended in that final moment. Their story ended with regret and sadness. Mia and Alex had come a long way together, but now they had to walk different paths. The memories would stay, but their love was truly gone. Second story. It's been about 3 months since the person I was with told me they were unfaithful and felt really sorry about it. I had sensed something was wrong for a while. They weren't texting or talking to me like they used to. I just knew that our 2 years together were falling apart. That morning is still painfully clear in my mind. They sent a message saying they needed to tell me something, and I knew it was bad. My anxiety went through the roof. My hands were shaking, my speech was slurred, and my vision blurred. It took almost 3 hours for them to confess, saying they didn't know how or why it happened, but they regretted it. My mind shut down after that. It was the last time I felt something so strongly. Not pain, but an overwhelming emptiness. I didn't want to know more because I wasn't sure I could handle it, so I quietly cut myself off, blocked them everywhere, and went on with my day. I don't remember much of what happened after, but since then I've buried myself in work. I started unhealthy habits like drinking and smoking to numb the emotions. I wasn't myself anymore, and I didn't let myself feel anything. I made extreme career moves just to distract myself, which led me to a foreign country. There, I quit all the bad habits, no more smoking or anything like that. As I came back to my senses, I realized something. I hadn't felt real emotion since that day. I haven't laughed with real joy, smiled widely, or cried deeply. I haven't been truly angry. I feel things for a moment, but then I go back to feeling nothing. They've tried to reach out, but I don't know why I can't bring myself to reply. I haven't moved on, but I'm not looking for anyone new either. Every small achievement, every tough day, and every happy moment, I wish I could share it with them. I don't know what it was about them that made even the simplest things feel so special. I've never blamed or spoken badly about them. Maybe it would help, but I don't think they deserve that because it wouldn't feel true. Now, I understand why people stay stuck on their exes. I don't trust people anymore. It feels easier to be the one who hurts someone than the one who gets hurt. I've lost faith in people's ability to be truly loyal. I'm writing this because they say writing helps to process feelings, but it hasn't worked for me. A few tears came, and then I went back to feeling numb. Tomorrow I'll throw myself back into work. I just hope I don't have to live the rest of my life feeling numb like this.